Okay, all right, all right. Let's go, let's go, let's go. How are we doing on this? What do we got? 45 degrees? Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. How is everybody doing? What is it? Is it Tuesday? Yeah, because yesterday was Monday, last night was Monday Night Football. So today is Tuesday. Learn your days, Jaws. So, what did we have last night? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. At least we won our game. So the Leafs beat. Well, let's go. Where's the scores? Here we go. So the Kraken beat the Rangers 4-2. We beat Buffalo 4-3. The Lightning beat the crap out of Philadelphia 5-1. The Wings beat the Canes 4-3 in overtime. The Canadians beat the Canucks 6-3. The Devils won 5-2. The Oilers beat the Blackhawks 4-1. The Stars beat the Kings. And of course, the Maple Leafs won in overtime over the Avalanche yesterday, putting the Toronto Maple Leafs in the playoffs. And so where that leaves us is at 51 points. Leafs are at 53. Sabres, Bruins 52. And then Flyers and Capitals are at 52. Penguins at 51. And those are the teams that are within the reasonable distance. The Devils, I don't know, 48 points. They're on the outskis a little bit right now, but anything can happen. Somehow Tampa has won 10 straight, and there's not in first place because the Red Wings have won 4 straight, so they refuse to lose. All right, so how are we doing? Craig, how's it going? Simon, good to see you. Yeah, you figured that was going to happen with Columbus firing their coach yesterday. It was you can only stay bad and close to last place for so long. Last year they came close. And then this year, obviously, everybody else in the Atlantic has been better. Excuse me, everybody in the East has been better. Yeah, they're tied for bottom of the division, tied for bottom of the conference with Ottawa. So, considering everybody else has done, has improved, it's not surprising. It was kind of overdue a little bit. Hey, Real. Trent says the Leafs get so damn lucky playing the third string goalie. It's gonna happen, right? Yeah, we didn't get Minor when we beat them anyway. So, hey, Shines. Yeah, the division is ridiculous. Trent points injury doesn't look good. I think they said he was still going to travel with the team though, so it can't be like you wouldn't think it was season ending or something like that, right? Hey, Bucks. No, we're not streaming a game tonight. I got Nick from Twisted Wrister coming at 4:00, so we're gonna do a show like I did with low quality last week. So this week it'll be Nick from Twisted Wrister. So that should be out 5:30-ish. Yeah, about then. Mr. Krabs, how you doing? How did the Rangers kick our butts in the Winter Classic? The only explanation I have for how we played in that game was just we smoked our own dope, man. We just genuinely believed that our shit didn't stink. I mean, we showed up in Ferraris smoking cigars, and it was a cliche to get our asses kicked. Shines, my son at the Ottawa game received the first ever NHL warm-up puck from Vilmanis. Oh, nice. That's cool. That is awesome, man. That's very, very cool. Good stuff. Yeah, Vilmanis looks pretty. I'm telling you, I say it again. It reminds me of Luosterainen. Kraz says, when the Buffalo suddenly get good, they used to be an easy 3 points. Everybody else is just better, Trent says, call me crazy. I like him a little bit more than Mackey. Different players, certainly different players. It's like I would say, let's see if he can score. I don't even think he's taken a shot. Let me see this. Um, Let me see. And I'm not saying that I'm not being critical. I just don't think he's taken a shot in the two games. Yeah, he took two shots last night. Okay, so um the first game against Otto, he took 14 shifts. Last night he took 18 shifts and he did have two shots on goal. So that's good. Um yeah, he's really really responsible defensively for sure. Hopefully that's just another player that we get to keep. Hey, Vincent. Yeah, looking old today. Happy birthday. Whose birthday is it? I'm not old yet. I mean, I'm not my birthday yet. Vincent, I feel exactly how I look. I am here. I am here. And if I drink this monster throughout the entire stream, I will still be here when I'm done. So, but yes, Vincent, 100%. And the stupid light fixture. Now I got to fix that. I go in there to do the recap last night, and I have my studio light that's pointed like a little bit off center, and I have a light up above in the ceiling, and it's off. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I changed the bulb. Well, the fixtures, I don't know what's going on. So I had no light from up above, so I had to point the studio light at me. So like half my face is all bright, and the other half I'm in the dark. And I saw it. At least we got a couple of days off, so I could try to fix that. Like if I don't go 1 week without something breaking, it is something. It is some kind of something. Simon, I do not know. Actually, was asking the same thing. Do we know anything about Marshy and Chucky? Simon asking me when some of the injured players are going to come back. There's no way nobody can convince me that they didn't already think Chucky was going to be back. And so I just kind of feel like they're waiting for Marchand. Like since we've got these 3 days off and then we've got back to back, it would not surprise me. What's the schedule here? Hold on a second. Let's see. We play Friday and Saturday. We play the Hurricanes Friday and the Capitals on Saturday. It would not surprise me to see Chucky and Marchand sit out one more game and then come back on Saturday. I would be stunned if they brought Tkachuk back for the back-to-back. I thought play against the Sabres, you got 3 days off, but maybe because there's that back-to-back there, maybe they're waiting a little bit. We got another back-to-back coming up soon, again on the 24th and 25th. Like, I don't know what's going on. I mean, Marchand, I don't mind. But Chucky, I don't know what the hell's going on. Bucks, it'll be on this channel with Nick from Twisted Wrister. It's not going to be live. It's not going to be live. We recorded it like it's going to be basically similar to what I did last week with Low Quality Bruins. Yeah, the division is just ridiculous. Does Vilmanis make E2 expendable? No. But I will admit, Trent, that was something that crossed my mind yesterday. Was that, if we couldn't afford Luosterainen, you kind of feel like Vilmanis could be a replacement. But with Vilmanis being 21, to me, get his ass on the fourth line next year, okay? And then when Marchand eventually slips, you'll have Lundell, Luosterainen, and Vilmanis. Like, stop getting rid of guys, right? When Marchand eventually slips a little bit at whatever age that is, move his ass to the fourth line. and have Vilmanis ready to move up. We need to keep that kid. Yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Everybody says, so when's the Brady cut? Yeah, sure. I mean, like I've said, I would trade Sam Miskevich for Brady Tkachuk, but it has to be Sam Miskevich and Verhaeghe because of the cap, right? And so now, like, you really want to get rid of Verhaeghe? I know some of you, your answer is going to be yes. You're like, of course, Jaws. What are you, stupid? Well, Buffalo hasn't made the playoffs since Obama was president. Jeez. The thing about Luosterainen is that I just feel like we're going to be able to afford him. He's got how many more years? He's got this year and one more season. So he's making 3 now. I mean, we're going to have plenty of cap space to give him 5 or 6 million. Even, are you going to pay him more than Lundell? Maybe not. We're going to have plenty of cap space to pay Luosterainen. I wouldn't even be worried about that so much. But yeah, I'd like to keep Vilmanis around just in case that situation doesn't go well. But Luosterainen does so much for us, and he is a little bit bigger, Luosterainen is 6'3", Vilmanis, I think, is 6'1". They're about the same. Yeah, they're way about the same. So, Al's, will Bennett be called up to the Olympics with point hurt? That's the rumor. Excuse me. That's the rumor. Yeah, I mean, I guess they told Bennett that he was the first reserve. So, I hope Point is okay. We'll put it that way. Stefanski is interviewing with the Finns today. All right, so hopefully they get that done. Did anyone see the pregame video posted of Verhaeghe cooling himself down with water? Not sure what that's about. What equipment is not fun? That's disgusting. I'm now blaming the blown breakaway on that. What are he doing? Spraying the water? Spraying the water like down the front of his shirt and everything like that? Craig says, Vilmanis is a good skater and confident with the puck. Bright future for him. Good kid. He deserves it. Yeah. Vilmanis, to me, looks even a little bit more ready than Sordif was. So you're starting to see Bill Zito ain't exactly the worst guy drafting in the world, right? You know what I mean? Because Lundell, Sordif, Sam Miskevich, now Vilmanis. That's 4 kids that definitely, have been ready and contributing in one way, shape, or form or another. Yeah, Simon, I'm okay. I still have no energy level, but I don't have the headache today, so I'm good. Maybe Tkachuk is saving his energy for the Olympics. Man, the dude hasn't played yet. We shouldn't even be having that discussion, right? Yeah, the Western Conference is there's starting to be a little bit of separation, though. Vincent says losing Boquist in a trade doesn't look scary with Vilmanis being ready for less money. That's a good point. That's a good point, Vincent. I hadn't thought about that. That's a good point because that's half price. And that's what I was talking about in that video I made is that's what made Boquist, so valuable is that cap it. As much as I thought 1.5 was too much to pay him, it kind of was. Still, but that's a good point. Manis looks completely ready to play a defensive, responsible game. Real says, how about instead of getting rid of Rahagi, Colin Campbell gets rid of the cap for us? I like that idea. Yeah. Crash says we don't need both Kachuk brothers on the team. I mean, eventually you think it's going to happen, right? Simon, I think Buffalo might just continue to win. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs or not, but they got some big dudes on that team. Like, where's their roster here? Let me see. Like they got some big teams, some big guys. Like Thompson is what? 6'6", right? Tuck is 6'4". I know Doan's decent size, right? 6'2". Darlene, I'm not so sure. 6'3", right? McLeod, 6'3". How big is Byram? 6'1". He's the midget of the group, right? Like, what's Zuck? Like, they got some big guys, man. Zucker's not that big. But the top of that lineup, a couple of times when they're on the ice yesterday, it's like everybody's they're just big all the way around. So I think and then the guy that Josh Dune, that Sabrango fought, he's 6'4". They're a big ass team, man. Good grief. Al says Leafs are having their cup parade today, but as they've only won 2 of the last 5, lost their captain. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you there, Craig. E2's a good player. Al says if Bennett goes, the Panthers will pass the Lightning for most players going to the Olympics again. Yeah, it was, and Kachuk was fighting with Hagel. Yeah. Jason says, well, Barkov takes smelling salts to the eyeballs. Swaggy is tame. Yeah, if you were Bennett, you'd tell Cooper to kick rocks. That's what I would do, yeah. KDK, the Panthers' playoff odds are 56.1. Do I think it's higher or lower? I think that's kind of low. I think that's a little bit low. I feel way more confident in this team than that, considering all the injuries. Yeah, and he gets all those guys in the later rounds. Yeah. So Mackey was the first, but like 24. I think Lundell was 12. I think Lundell is 12. Vilmanis was picked in the 5th round. Good Lord. I think Lundell was 12. Hold on a second. Lundell was 12. Yeah. And then Believe Samoskevich was 24. Yeah. So, but Samoskevich is 2 years older. So he's getting old. He's getting long in the tooth already. Trent, yeah, we would be in 2nd or 3rd place in the Pacific. Yeah, you meant call. Yeah, Toronto, they beat them, stinking Leafs. That's okay. Maybe we'll get lucky and play the Leafs in the playoffs again. Yeah, 305. We need the reinforcements, but as long as we can continue to hold serve here, especially with Marchand out, the longer that he can rest, I don't know what's wrong with him. They didn't tell us, obviously, but the longer that he can rest, the better we're going to be. The better off we're going to be. That's for sure. Where was I looking? Where's this? Oh. Right now in the East, what do you guys think about the Devils? You think the Devils? Probably not. Hey, there's too many teams. The Flyers are kind of leaking water here, though, a little bit. They lost 3 straight. They're still in third spot. The Hurricanes are they're putting a little bit of a distance there in between the top of that division. Not so much in the Atlantic, but the Lightning, they got 2-3 games in hand on the Wings and Canadiens, so they should be in good shape. Do I think Tampa beats the Penguins? Oh, they got to play the Penguins today? Or no? Hold on a second. Let me look at the games. Hold on. Tampa has to play Pittsburgh again today after being in Colorado last night. No, that was Toronto. What am I talking about? They were in Philadelphia. Yeah. So they played the Flyers last night. Now they got to play Pittsburgh. I don't know, man. Second of a back-to-back. Is that going to be Johansson? Who played for Tampa last night? Was it Vasilevsky? Oh, no, man. Johansson was last night. No, man. They're going to get Vasilevsky tonight. They're probably going to win that game. Krabs says, part of me wants the Panthers to make the playoffs, but the other part wants them to miss so they can rest up for the rest next season. I mean, if we were losing and our guys were playing, I could see that. But we're losing. I mean, we won a couple games, but, I'm going to look at this again because I live and die by this. Let me get to these. Let me change this here. Oh, here we go. So last year, at this point, the Panthers were 25, 16, and 3 with 53 points. And we are now 24, 18, and 3 with 51 points. So we're one game worse than we were last year. Last year, we had 53 points. Right now, we got 51. Like, that's without all of our guys. So what that tells me is if we had all of our guys, this team might be better than they were last year. We're only one game worse than we were last year, missing all these dudes. Like, I would have never placed that bet if they would have told me we'd be missing all these guys. You know what I mean? Yeah, the division is better. Right. I see JC here. Where did I see Simon saying hi to JC, but I don't see JC. Where the hell is he? Scrolling up. This is weird. I see Simon saying hi to JC, but I don't have JC's comment here. Is this what's going to happen to me now? Because remember, hold on. Let me switch over to YouTube because this is wild. Hey, Ghost Slayer. How you doing, bud? I'm looking here. Hold on. Let me scroll over to YouTube because I think I might be missing comments on StreamYard because I see Simon saying hi to JC and I don't see his comments. Come over here. See what I got. This is wild. No. JC, if you're in the chat, man, I do not see your comments anywhere. whatsoever. Not on YouTube and not on StreamYard. Let me come back over here. Hey, David. How you doing, buddy? Ghost Slayer, think the Atlantic can take both wild card spots? I don't know what the hell's going to happen at this point, man. There you are, JC. Okay. That's so weird, man. Whatever you said before, because Simon, unless Simon was just saying hi to you, even though you hadn't said anything, did you say anything before I'm he? He. Florida man says the Lightning have no business being this good this year with missing damn near their whole top defensive core. Yeah. It is what it is, man. It's nope, you didn't say anything. I see. So that explains why I didn't see it. So Simon knew you were there, JC. He knew you were there without you speaking. He just said hi to you anyway. Good stuff, Simon. Simon's psychic. Okay. So that's good to know. That's good to know. Well, Simon is wall hacking. Hey, let's go. Yeah, Toronto's so excited they beat the Avs that the parade is back on. Yeah. That's okay. When I look at it, I know you guys are saying you think the Atlantic is going to get both. Sure, maybe. If you discount, the question's really going to be, can the Flyers hold on? They've lost 3 straight. Are the Flyers really going to hold on there? I don't know. Because I still feel like the Lightning, Canadians, Wings, it's hard to count Toronto out, which would only leave one more spot for us. Like, we're in a dogfight, like Maurice said. There's no more games to waste any points on, that's for sure. David says, I think last night was the most complete game we've played this year, even better than the Avs win, was against a hot rested team when we controlled huge parts of the game. Yeah, we got to stop doing, although I guess no matter what you do it, right? Because we've been going these long stretches of time without allowing a shot. We haven't allowed a shot in 16 minutes. Oh, look, the puck's in the back of the net on the first shot in 16 minutes. Letcher says it would be hilarious if the Leafs get us in the first round. I don't know. Do we have to get Boston? Right now, who knows, man? You know what I mean? Where the hell is it? I don't see how Florida and Toronto end up in the first round together unless 2 of the Red Wings, Lightning, and Canadians would have to tank. 2 of those teams would have to tank. Because really, I think the only way we play at least in the first round is if it's 2 and 3. I still feel like Tampa's going to win the division. The Canadians, we know they're good. The Wings, I don't see how we could get them in the first round. I think we're going to be battling them for that wild card spot. The Leafs are 8-0-2 in the last 10. We need to go on a run. We got 2 in the bank here. We need a 7, 8, 9 game win streak. Yeah, absolute. Tell Goldie and Randy to stop jinxing us. They need to complain about the team the whole game like Josh does. Goldie, man, he's like, he almost salted the game away. And I'm like, there's 3 minutes left. It would have only been a 2-goal lead. Like, salted away is like 4-goal lead, maybe 3-goal lead with 2 minutes left. But a 2-goal lead with 3 minutes left? Come on, man. Mr. Krabs says Boston and Toronto have to face in the first round. It's the rules. Leshka says, from our perspective, they see our logo and all that blood leaves their face. Trent says, I hate to say it, we're too far out to get top 3 in the Atlantic. We're almost at that point. Yeah, I mean, we're 7 points out. And it's Montreal. Like, I don't know, man. I agree with you. That top 3 is going to be hard. So Leshka says it won't happen. The Leafs will flounder again. Matthews will be a ghost again after the Olympics. Simon, we're doing that stream tomorrow night. We got a 6 o'clock. I'm going to have a link posted once we get everything in order with Spark later on this afternoon. It's a 6 o'clock stream. It'll be Kyle and I. It'll be 10 questions. Got prizes, the whole deal. Craig, you think the Wings with Gibson are the biggest threat? That's right. They went out and got. That's right. Yeah, Trent. 11 out of 13, 13 out of 14, something like that. Yeah, I know, Real. That's what pissed me off about the Reinhardt got the insurance goal. Yeah. Jordan Addison arrested in Florida. Everybody gets arrested in Florida. Florida don't put up with anything. You go there, you do something stupid, you're going to jail. Jameson says, I've watched comebacks in the NHL where an empty net goal has been scored and the opposing team comes back to win in overtime. Sure. It's an insurance goal basically only when the team scores an empty net to put them up by 5+ goal. Yeah, not 2, right? Come on, man. Where was IDK last night? Not sure. He'll be around. He'll be around to say that he doesn't believe. That's okay. We don't want IDK to change, right? We don't want him to change. We want him to remain himself. You know? It's tomorrow night, David. The trivia is tomorrow. It's Wednesday at 6. Tomorrow night. Trent thinks we'll either get Tampa or Carolina in the first round. Most likely. Yeah. I'll take Carolina. Yeah, Krabs. I guess they made the rink a little bit too. Was it too small? I think they made it too small, right? Lechka says, I remember him saying that last season. There's no way we'd repeat. Exactly. Just let them continue. You know, it's just like this channel. If I ever got all my technical issues fixed, we might not win another game. JC. You figured out how Charles. Oh my God. Oh, maybe. I don't know, JC. I don't know. If they look and see where my family history comes from, where my lineage is from, I might be busted. All right, David. It's going to be in the 40s again there this week. Jeez. We're in the 40s now, but it's 1:45. It's 46. Ooh, it's balmy. It's 46. I think we're going to be back to where it's like there's no snow, and it's going to be like in the highs in the 20s again with no snow, just cold, just useless. If it's going to be cold, it should snow. Damn it. So what's on the schedule for tonight? Who's going to piss us off tonight? Let's see. The Lightning play the Penguins. Damn it. No matter what happens in that game, actually go Lightning in that game. Let the Lightning win the division. So just forget about it. So we need the Penguins to lose. The Flames and the Jackets, no worries. The Canadiens and the Capitals. See, this is where the problem is. I guess Montreal, because we would be fighting with Washington for a wild card spot. So fine, Montreal. Canucks versus the Sens. Hurricanes, Blues. Red Wings, Bruins. Damn it. So you see this where we're stuck. Because the teams ahead of us in the division, 1, 2, 3, Lightning, Wings, and Canadiens, all play teams that we're chasing in the wild card. So we got to keep hoping those teams win, so the wild card teams losing, but that still puts us in a position of begging and hoping and pleading for a friggin' wild card. And the Oilers play the Preds, the Islanders play the Jets, the Leafs play the Mammoth, so they play Colorado, and then they play Utah tonight. And then the Stars play the Ducks. JC. Oh, I'll just bring the puppets out. JC. I'm sure there's some kind of special disability protected class that I could be considered part of because they have to play with puppets all day. They're my, what is that? That's my emotional support puppets. I could probably get some money for that one, JC. Emotional support puppets. Yeah. Actually sounds like a pretty good name for a channel, Emotional Support Puppets, and just do puppet skits all day. People probably give me money just to get me to stop. Unless you're low of 45 in Miami. Jeez. Yeah, no, there's a lot of hockey to play. I know. I get it. Best we can hope for is no overtime games. Yeah. Habs overtime merchants, right? Alaska, they already cracked down on the daycare screen. Only in Minnesota. I live in Maryland. I might be able to, JC might have a good idea. That's just called schizophrenia. Hey, but sometimes the puppets are right, JC. Every time the puppets tell me Barkov is only 2 weeks, they've never been wrong about Barkov. That's why when he got hurt, I made that video about, so the puppets didn't tell me nothing good here. Hey, never been wrong about Barkov. So it is what it is. Nothing, Alechka. Nothing. She's asking any news on the golden child, Chucky. Nah, man, something I ain't saying something's wrong, but something ain't right. You know what I mean? Like there's something going on there that is unexpected. Either he's still too sore or hasn't gotten his aerobic conditioning together. I don't know. JC says, sadly, it's all over. A new scam has been unearthed here in Texas involving the H-1B1 visas. Damn it. I missed out. You missed him terrorizing everybody. I agree there, Alechka. Colin Scott says, we'll hear updates for Chicken Chuck tomorrow. I would be shocked if they made his first game back a back-to-back, though, right? I think we all agree there. If he comes back, it'll be on the second one, you know. And then I guess who we're gonna take out? Are we gonna move Vilmanis down and Studnicka out? Right? Right? We're gonna move Studs out, Vilmanis down to the fourth line. Right? Okay, I'm glad we agree. Aleshka says, I broke up with my boyfriend just in time. He's gonna get deported. Jesus. JC says, maybe they're just pushing Chucky back because isn't the cap prorated? No. Nope. JC, you didn't watch my video. Bad, JC. I covered that in my video. They kicked the prorated thing to the curb. Adios. Throw the roses away. They really sat down, JC, and they said, how can we screw the Panthers and call it just changes to the CBA? That's really what they did. Okay? I know nobody feels bad for us because we got 2 cups, so that's fine. But no, they got rid of that. They got rid of that shit too. So even if we go trade for somebody, if his season salary cap hit is $2 million, is $2 million. There's no more prorated. Colin, I think I would think Vilmanis is waivers exempt, right? Right? Nearmax says we have to move 5 guys to activate Chucky. I don't know if it's 5. We don't have that many. We don't have that many roster spots. We moved what the hell, Gregor. Yeah, Studnicka is not waivers exempt. I mean, it's gonna get tricky. There's no way around it. JC says, I watched it, but what happened was the puppet in charge of paying attention was sticking around with the puppet in charge of your memory. I understand. In your defense, JC, I didn't know that they had gotten rid of that until I did the research for the video because I wanted to get it right. And I didn't find the prorated part out until I was doing the stuff for the video. And I said, well, damn it, we screwed every which way. I don't know if we have to move. I don't know if we have to move 5. I don't know if it's 5. I don't know. The numbers are so screwy, man. It's so difficult to figure it out this year because of the $3.8 million thing. I think we could still move Jones to LTIR. But it's funky. It's funky. Let me see. What the hell's the kid's name? Vilmanis. What's his contract? Do I have it here? Did I already look it up? Let me see. No, it's too loose to write on. Hold on a second. Let's look at Vilmanis. He's on year 2 of year 3. He is waivers exempt. All right. So there we go. Vilmanis can move up and down and all around and do the hokey pokey and do whatever we need to do with him. So Studnicka's gotta not be, right? Yeah. Autismo, the only thing we know about Jones is he got hit in the general collarbone area. We don't know what Marchand is. We have no idea. I don't even think we've heard upper body or lower body. Hey, Great White. Why is Bob using Maurice every game? Who does he think he is? Vassy? I know. Like I said yesterday, years ago, when I asked Randy Moeller that question off camera because I was frustrated about things for whatever reason, the long and short of it says that Bobrovsky is the kind of player that feels better when he plays more. So generally speaking, he requests to play more. So if he's playing, it's because he says he wants to play. So it is what it is. And that's a good point, Alechka. Bob's going to get like a month off. That's a good point. We have to move out $3.6 million to activate Chucky. Well, I don't know if not immediately. You're not necessarily wrong. But I think what the plan initially is to put Jones on LTIR. I believe that's the move that we're going to be able to make. Why is it so much? Doesn't make any sense that it's so much because of Barkov's 3.8. Where's the freaking? I'm not saying you're wrong. That's not what I'm saying. Where's the hell? Where the hell is the thing here? Hold on a second. Because I there was an article that George Richards wrote that had the breakdown. That's what I'm going by. It's so impossible to figure out which ones we got to move. So we've got Nosik's money on LTIR. Schwindt's going to come back. So most likely, I mean, you're going to move Studnicka out. I would think you're going to move Studnicka out and waive him. And then Vilmanis makes Morlow. And then on defense, that's a whole nother thing. I mean, Bornfoot, he's got to get moved down. You're going to put Jones on LTIR. He's on IR right now. So that's going to buy us a little bit of time. And then I suppose it's possible that you could move. You know what? This is really going to sound crazy here. But hold on a second. Hold on. I'll be back to the chat in a second. Where the hell is that page that I just had up? Hold on a second. Hey, what's up, kid? I'm still streaming. Is it?
You're still streaming?
Yeah, we're still streaming. So there's another thing here. Sam Miskevich is waivers exempt. Yeah, Sam Miskevich is waivers exempt. I'm just saying. I'm not advocating for or anything like that, but we would move Bohlquist, though, right? I mean, it wouldn't make any sense to move Sam Miskevich down to put Bohlquist in. Bohlquist makes double the money. JK says, have I tried Puckpedia's Puck GM? You can play around with the contracts there to see who's to be moved. Don't have to sign up or anything. Yeah, I need to do that. And I had putzed around with that for the playoffs, basing if we were because that's the problem. That's the problem, is getting cap compliant. Yeah. I'll have to sort through that. Mike. Hey, David. Takes 3 people to do my job when I'm not here. Mythical says, considering how good we look at times with a depleted team, do I think we can win another cup with a healthy roster and no Barkov? It depends on who's at 4C. It would depend on if we have spent Barkov's money. You know what I mean? It depends on who's at 4C. I don't think it's an instant elimination. Let's put it that way. I think we'd have a chance. Great White Rodriguez is stepping up his game lately. Jaws, do you like his playing, or is he making some mistakes that I can see? No, I love what Rodriguez is bringing. I love what he's bringing. It sucks he's not going to be able to be on the ice in the playoffs unless we do something. Unless we do something else that we'd have to move somebody making decent money. Real says, cut everybody's salary in half, but give them contracts that are twice as long so we can bring in McDavid. Yeah, we can get JT Miller. Yeah. Stevenson says, should both we and Tampa make the playoffs? I hope we never meet. I feel like whoever survives that apocalypse would just be too injured for the next round. I mean, I don't disagree with you, but it's gonna kind of be unavoidable. David says, having your last NFL pass be a pick is a great way for a talented but egomaniac quarterback to end his career. No, I didn't see that, Olechka. Yeah, pick 6. If we're both fully healthy, Bucks, I would still give the advantage to Florida with a healthy Barkov. But not by a ton. And, you don't know what Tampa's going to add to the mix, right? But basically, if both teams are at full strength, I would still feel good about Florida's chances. That said, I mean, Vasilevsky, if Vasilevsky gets a bug up his ass like Patrick Waugh, you know what I mean? Like stranger things have happened. So, yeah, probably 7. What did we go last time? Only 5, right? It depends on Vasilevsky, Bucks. The last 2 times we played Tampa, Vasilevsky wasn't very good at all. I think that's the bigger difference right now is that, Vasilevsky, you look at his numbers during the regular season last year, then look at the playoffs. Like he's got to be able to carry over his play to the postseason, which normally isn't the problem for him. Mike says the problem is no matter who wins that matchup in the playoffs, Tampa or Florida, the other team is not going to be healthy after that. And yeah. The best case scenario for Florida is not playing Tampa in the first round and hoping that somebody beats Tampa in the first round. Because a second round playoff series against that team, maybe we survive, but good God, I mean, the bloodbath that would be. Real says, still can't believe we took the Rangers guy and not Jason Robertson, Mike Sullivan, and the Wild GM might cost us the gold. I don't know why Robertson didn't make it. Just don't make any sense. Alice says, you cannot be Tampa's roster's age and go on a cup run. We're really pushing it ourselves. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, we match up better against the Lightning than the Habs on a style standpoint. Yeah, sure. What's that? Oh, hey, thank you, Great White. Thank you, bud. Much appreciated, buddy. Thank you, bud. He says, let's get the Canes Friday. That's right. Say hi to Leia. Yeah, she's out there. Mommy had to go to work today, so Leia's out there by herself. Thank you, Great White. Appreciate you, bud. Yeah, so we'll be doing that double stream. Well, that's not Friday. We got the King. I'm talking Miami Hurricanes. You're talking Carolina Hurricanes. See how this gets confusing? Because we got to play the Hurricanes on Friday, and then the Hurricanes have to play on Monday, but the Panthers are also playing on Monday, but the Panthers and Hurricanes are playing on Friday, but they're also playing on Monday. So that's why I got confused. Al says, I love Marchand, but he's old as hell to be playing the way he does. And in the playoffs, especially, it's just crazy. Every once in a while, though, you get that special player, right? Every once in a while. Yeah, Hockey Canes. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Great White. Let's get talking about JT Miller's full quote. I don't know what to say. We're going to try and go have a good practice tomorrow and get ready for the next game. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. Everything okay, Kyle? Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, who would want to trade with Tampa, right? I mean, is their roster is let's see. Where's their thing? Yeah, can you imagine Barkov? That sounds like something Mike McDaniel would say, Alechka. It sounds like something Mike McDaniel would say. I don't know what to say. We're going to try to end, have a good practice tomorrow and get ready for the next game. And I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. Yeah, that sounds like McDaniel for sure. But he was stutter to him. Yeah, to win the game, you have to score goals and not give up 10. That's a good start. That's a really good start to things. No doubt. No doubt. We'll be okay. It's a long road. It's a long road, man. We need to get our guys back. I mean, it's going to be a hell of an energy infusion when we get Chucky and Martian back at the same time. I really feel like that's what they're waiting on. Hopefully that's going to come Saturday. I doubt seriously if these guys are still fragile a little bit. I really doubt that they're going to have them come back with a back-to-back like that. So one more game they'll be out, and then and then be back out there Saturday. Al says Tampa trade for Stamkos back when they had the two top players with the longest multi-game point streaks. I'm using the Bob way. Exactly, Great White. Yeah. Tampa shopping right now. I get it. It's okay. Yeah, it's that's the rival. I get it. And honestly, let Tampa win the division. Because if they can win the division, well, maybe not. I don't know. Right now, if the Wings win the division, we would either play in the Wings or the Hurricanes in the first round. The Wings, we haven't played them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, in the postseason. Like, we don't really know exactly what that situation even is going to look like. Lucius says, Jaws, how come we still don't have a victory song? Avs have Fate of Ophelia by Taylor Swift, and the Oilers have Pink Pony Club. I don't know. That's a decent question. And I know we tried to appropriate Pink Pony Club. I mean, we got our goal song, so I guess if they just played the same thing. A Cats Wings series would be awesome if we win. Where's let me see something here. Kyle is walking around out here. I think he needs to tell me something, but he's just going to have to wait a little bit. No, I don't want to sign up. I don't want to sign up. I just want to look at the Detroit's stats. I want to look at their ages. Let's see. I know Larkin's like 40 years old, right? 29. Geez, it feels like he's been around for forever. I know he wasn't 40, but he's like Barkov. He's like not. He's been around for forever, right? But the dude's only 29. DeBrincat. I'm looking at their ages. DeBrincat's 28. Raymond is 23. Sider, I don't think is overly old, 24. They got some youth there. Kane's like 60. James Van Riemdijk, he's got to be freaking 36 years old. That dude, he's been around for forever. Andrew Kopp, let's see, 31. So they got some veteran guys, right? JT Comfer, he's going to be 27, 28, 30. Jeez, these guys get old quick. You get old quick. And then Gibson, Gibson's numbers, I know Detroit's doing really well, but it's not like Gibson is like the second coming of Patrick Waugh here, 275 and a 903. That's pretty much what, that's just about what Tarasov's numbers are. Huh. Rick Baugh, Rick Ross, BMF. Yeah, see, I don't know any of the songs. No, I think it was Reinhardt last night, Great White. I believe it was Reinhardt last night. Let me see. Jeez, I'm used to us being at the top. Pretty sure Reinhardt got that goal. Yeah, they gave it to Reinhardt. Yeah. Who would I want them to face, Simon? Not Montreal, not Tampa. I'll take my chances against the Wings. And I'm not saying that like I want Detroit. But if you gave me the option, let Montreal wear Tampa out. Or, yeah, let Montreal wear Tampa out. How about we go through the Metro? How about that? Let's play the Canes. Let's go through the Metro. Screw those guys. We'll play the Canes and then like the Islanders or something like that. And then the Leafs shock the Lightning, and then we play the Leafs in the Eastern Conference Finals and beat them. Yeah, that sounds good. Buck says, you guys always say not Tampa, you guys always win. I'm just sticking to what I normally do, right? All right, everybody, I got to roll. I got to go get my eBay work done. And I got Nick at 4:00. So that show's going to be a little bit. It's not a live. So we're recording it. So it should be up about 5:30. I would suspect 5:30, 6 o'clock, something like that. So that's coming to the channel here this afternoon. We're gonna have a good talk a little bit of Western Conference too. You know, he's a Sharks fan, so I want to get his opinion, pick his brains there a little bit. And then I'll be back here tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow at night, we're doing an NHL trivia stream at 6 o'clock. I'm gonna make a community post to give you guys a link. It's free. You'll have to sign up with an account with Spark, but I think you can just like sign up like using your Google account. Say hi to your shark, but yeah, exactly. Great White. Yeah. And that's it. Short and sweet. Appreciate all the support. Love y'all very much. I ain't dying, don't worry. I know I look old today. I feel it too. I'm about ready to go pounce in that bed before getting ready to get with Nick. All right. So, yeah, I will see you tomorrow at noon, and then we'll have the video out by 6. Shouldn't be any later than 6 o'clock.